basic teenage stuff. Never had a problem with his mom or anything. He's always helpful, watching kids or whatever for her.
But now the 16-year-old that neighbors call a good kid is dead, the victim of a brutal murder. Good afternoon. It's been quite a while since anyone can remember a murder in Arlington Heights. They have one now.
The boy's father lives out of state and has not been notified, so we're not releasing the victim's name. We do know that he was stabbed to death last night in a home on Blanche Avenue. Local 12's Rich Jaffe joins us now from the Arlington Heights Police Station, which is just down the street from the murder scene. Rich.
Curtis, the Hamilton County Coroner tells me that this young man was stabbed multiple times. Family members found him on the kitchen floor in a house that is barely half a block away from where I'm standing right now. And at this point, no one is saying anything about motive. Local police and state investigators from the Bureau of Criminal Investigation came back to the small house on Blanche Avenue today looking for more evidence and clues, trying to make sense of the senseless, trying to figure out how and why someone stabbed a 16-year-old boy multiple times. Neighbors are wrestling with the same difficult issues.
He was a great guy. He was nice to everybody. He had no problems with anybody. He was just, he was friends with everybody. I don't think I've ever heard of him having a problem with anybody.
Chris Thompson lives right across the street from the murder scene. He told me that Monday night about 10 o'clock he heard and then saw something, not thinking it was anything serious.
Well, last night, a couple of boys out there looked like they were horse playing or something, and being a little loud. And then, two of them left. And then I came outside and nobody was outside and I didn't think anything of it, so I went back inside.
A short time later, about 10:30, the boy's family returned, found his body, and called 911.
We just walked into my girlfriend's house from picking up her daughter, and her son is lying shot or stabbed in the kitchen. We didn't want to go no further.
Neighbors say the teen had just come back after living with his father out west for around a year. He had been at Chris Thompson's house earlier in the day. Thompson says the 16-year-old was a great kid.
Oh, we were just hanging out and talking about normal stuff, about the games and move, and because they're just moved in and stuff, talked about some school, basic teenage stuff.
The mother's boyfriend was on the phone with a 911 operator getting instructions on how to perform CPR on the boy when police arrived. And as you can see, neighbors are out all over this tiny neighborhood, and you can only bet that what they are talking about is trying to make sense out of what happened just a few doors away. In Arlington Heights, Rich Jaffe, Local 12 News. Curtis?
Not the neighborhood you would expect a tragedy like this. Rich, thank you. Also